Good morning. Morning, students. I hope you people are well. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is our environment. Let's see the definition. What is the definition of environment? Physical, geographical, chemical, biological, ecological factors which are present nearby our surrounding and which helps any of the organism to survive in this planet. That will be known as your environment. In common terms, you can say that environment means the place where we are surviving and what all things are present, whether it is biological or abiotical, that is biotic as well as abiotic factor. Both are correlated with each other. It is having two components, biotic environment and abiotic environment. Biotic environment means all the living organisms are involved here, and abiotic environment all the non-living organisms such as your soil, air, water, that will be included. Now we will see one comparative study between biotic and abiotic factor. As I said, all the living organisms are included, whether it is unicellular or whether it is multicellular. You can take the example of unicellular organisms such as your bacteria, then Monera. What all members are included in that, all that will be included here. Other than that, the gen trees are included, animals are included, fungi are included. They all are included in your biotic factor. Next one, when we talk about the non-living factors such as your water, sunlight, soil, air, temperature, as we are indirectly influenced by that non-living factors. Sometimes directly also we are utilizing and sometimes indirectly also we are utilizing. Okay, children. So this is a comparative study how the biotic factor and abiotic factors plays an important role, and some certain examples are given to it. See here, children, when we talk about the environmental sustainability what it is, when we are able to tolerate that new environment. Okay, it is of various types. The first one, intergenerational decision. Okay, second one, target welfare, not GDP, avoid excess pollution, protect health of ecosystem, and shift to renewable resources. All these factors, basically what environment is present, both abiotic and biotic factor, that are correlated with each other. So if any one thing is going to be disappear from the nature, the another is going to be affected by it. Suppose you take the example of at present the current situation, as too much pollution had been taken place. So what happens due to excessive pollution, we are not able to survive properly. Breathing problem will be there, and food is going to obtain, that will be also contaminated. So the health issues are going to take place. So directly or indirectly it is going to influence the living factor only. So if abiotic factor is not working properly, definitely the living factor will also affect. Next important point is your producer. What is producer? Producers, here all the green plants are included here in producers. When we talk about the producers, children, the first thing strikes in our mind as we had studied from our junior classes that all the green plants are included here. When we talk about the all the green plants, they are able to prepare their own food. How they are preparing? By the help of the photosynthesis only. Okay, children. It is the lowest tropic level you can say, and whenever we talk about any of the food chain, from it only it is going to start. It may be in the form of algae, it may be in the form of plants, it may be in the form of grass. Okay, because they are capable to produce its own food. It is also known as your phytoplankton. The process of photosynthesis will be carried out by utilizing the solar energy, as well as the process of chemical synthesis is also take place, because when carbon dioxide and water will react in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, they will form product, that is one form is converted to another form, so a chemical changes are also going to take place, and by the higher tropic level. Okay, children. Next important topic is your food chain. What is food chain? It is a series of organisms that depend on each other as a source of food. So you can say that one sequence had been followed by the lower organism to the higher organism. We will see one image. As you can see, the eagle ate the snake, which ate the frog, which ate the caterpillar, which ate the leaf. So the lowermost part is your leaf. Leaf is going to be eaten by the caterpillar. Caterpillar is going to be eaten by the frog. Frog is going to be eaten by the snake. And eagle is going to eat the snake. So this is a type of food chain. Another food chain you can see, children. Here grass is given, that is the food, either any of the cereal crops you can take, that is going to be eaten up by the caterpillar. Caterpillar is going to consume by the rat. Rat is going to consume by the higher organism. Then after that eagle. Then what all organisms are here that will be decomposed by the decomposers, and the fungus will develop over it. Another important food chain, here also that same thing. One producer is there. The first organism which is going to consume the producer, that will be known as your primary consumer. Next one, the primary consumer is going to be eaten up by the secondary consumer. Secondary consumer is going to be eaten up by the tertiary consumer. And ultimatum, all the four parts can be directly or indirectly converted in the decomposer form. By the help of the decomposers, they will mix it back to the environment. One comparative study between a food chain and food web is given here. Before that, I will just explain you about the food web. See children, what is food web? Energy is transferred between the organism when one organism eats another. A food chain is a simple linear series of steps, while a food web is a complex one. So if multiple numbers of food chains are going to be correlated with each other, that will be known as your food web. See here, we will see one example. First one is the simple food chain. Grass is going to be eaten by the caterpillar. From the caterpillar, it will be eaten by the mouse. Mouse is going to be eaten by the eagle. So this is one simple food chain. If that thing is going to be shown in a complex form, that is green grass is eaten by different types of herbivorous animal. It may be bird, it may be your rabbit, it may be your deer, it may be your rat. Then again, that all will be eaten by the secondary consumer. Might be wolf, okay, might be any other organism. Then by the tertiary consumer, such as your eagle, kite, and ultimatum, it will go for the decomposers. Net primary productivity. Okay, what it is? Net primary productivity. The energy available to the next level in a food chain or food web is called as your gross primary productivity. Any of the organism, when we talk, what's the total amount of energy will be produced, that will be included here. Okay children, during the respiration process. Here, net primary productivity is of interest because it represents the chemical energy available to the primary consumer and is the beginning of the flow of the energy through an ecosystem. Here what it is given, what all organisms are present here, from the primary consumer to the topmost consumer, what a level of energy is produced from the bottom to the top, then energy will be passed from one to another. So that will be your net primary productivity. This is energy flow of tropical level. Green plants are there, that plants are going to be consumed by the primary consumer. It may be your rabbit. Then it is going to be consumed by the secondary consumer, then tertiary consumer. As you can see children, 10,000 kilocalorie energy then 1000 kilocalorie of energy, then 100 kilocalorie of energy, then 10 kilocalorie of energy. So what this table is going to show, or what this diagram is going to show, it is telling us about how the energy is going to be transferred from one level to another, and there is a constant loss of energy, that is 10% of energy is going to be lost at each successive level. And children, by the help of this only we will come to know about the 10% law. Okay, very important one, the 10% law.